props that when you show the interiors and stuff of the issues, it's a pretty nice.
Yeah, we can do that now.
It's cool.
I learned I've learned some things with the with the streaming and the things. So we can do that now. You can kind of follow along as I can go through different pages. But
see, now I feel bad because I'm trying to find. I can never remember the stream, and I'm looking on Facebook for where you posted the link.
oh, because I haven't posted it yet. So I should probably
Jeffrey,
do that.
get out of here! God fucking damn it! Jesus.
Gotta love. I'll write it when we'll do it live.
Yeah, pretty much. Like he just wants to come over here and just like walk over my laptop, like while I'm sitting here.
I mean, who are you? You know, it's his world. You're just a squirrel.
Apparently, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, everything's posted and we've been live, by the way.
I mean, yeah, I figured. I have no shame in telling the whole world that my cat's an asshole.
All right, Corin.
All right, you are listening to EMX episode 96. Help support the show with Patreon, www.patreon.com/EMPcast. We can help donate to the show to keep the lights on, and you also get goodies like comics and sketches and toys and mugs and other kind of comics and swag. So if you can help us out, jump on the Patreon and donate as little as $1.
Yeah, and
it's only $1.
Yeah, and with that $1, you can actually get our EMBS episodes the week of when we record them. Otherwise, they're free to the public a month later.
The public. Who are they?
Yeah.
Who are they to get free things?
So yeah, what have you been up to, Corin?
Nothing at all, really. Just been working. You know, kids are away now, so it's a little bit quieter in the house for a little while. But no, reading comics, trying to catch up on a few things, and work is of course busy as ever. But you know, living it up, chatting with you fellas.
Nice.
We appreciate it. Thank you for your service.
What about you, Thatcher? You've been road tripping.
I was. My girlfriend and I and our 2 dogs did a week in Colorado, which sounds nice until you math it out, and it's like, yeah, it's a 3-day drive each way. So, and we went with a lot of her family was there. It was sort of like a family reunion kind of thing. And it was great. I mean, you know, actually being there, gorgeous, fantastic. You know, if you have the means, I highly suggest you avail yourself of a Colorado of some variety. But then it all pretty much got like washed away on like a crappy drive back. And then I've been scrambling, trying to get stuff together. I've got 3 convention weekends in a row starting this weekend. So, yeah, vacation is officially over.
Oof. What conventions are you doing?
This weekend, it is Days of the Dead in Indianapolis. And then the following weekend is the Gem City Con in beautiful, scenic Dayton, Ohio, which is neither of those things.
Oh, you gonna see the Superfly guys? Or
I'm gonna be. Yeah, I'm gonna be. Well, I'm tabling myself. I don't know if they're gonna table.
Okay.
The last time I went through, when I was doing the show in Pittsburgh about like a month or so ago, I was talking to Tony about it, and he was still kind of undecided because they were still, you know, kind of like recovering from everything, you know, COVID related. And then, I mean, he was like, and, you know, Tony's a very like plan things out kind of person.
Gotcha.
And he was like, I don't even have like a convention build anymore. And like because Tony likes to like his like that vendor booth area, you know,
Yeah.
he really likes to get in there and just like Lego it out, basically, like blueprints and like 3D.
Yeah.
It's like Tony Stark and the
Yeah.
like looking at the thing in Iron Man 2,
Mm-hmm.
you know. It's like if you remove all the pops, it's gonna be like the chemical symbol for, I don't know, something that's chemical. But yeah, so I don't know. Yeah, so I don't know if any of that's changed. I'm probably, well, I mean, not probably, I'm hopefully, because he said he would, crashing at his house. So we'll have plenty of time to discuss it afterwards.
Nice.
But yeah, and then the weekend after that is GalaxyCon in Raleigh. So
Nice.
that I'm sure I feel like there's a decent amount of people that listen to this show that would at least be going to that. So
Yeah. Yeah. A good amount of our southeastern artist friends will be there.
yeah,
Most likely.
right on. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing those cats again. But yeah, and then after that, I may have some news to share on our next episode, depending on when we record it. So yeah,
Cool.
a-doings are transpiring, as they say.
Nice. And thank you to Steen Brunson for the raid.
Ooh,
Yeah, so shout out to Steen Brunson. For those who don't know, Christine Brunson is a good streaming friend of mine, and if you've seen my Funko Pops and you've seen the boxes that come with them, she's the one that designs my Funko Pop boxes. So be sure to support her, and she's also an amazing artist just in general, and a comic book artist, and check out her books when you get a chance.
and Viet, what have you been up to?
Just been busy. Just busy working on commissions. Trying to knock this all out. We're supposed to go on vacation in August. And so,
Vacation.
yeah,
What does Viet know about a vacation?
I know. I'm going on a vacation, y'all. And so yeah, I was specifically told by Dr. Wife that I'm not allowed to take on any work in August. And so yeah, we got a big trip planned because Dr. Wife finishes her fellowship at the end of this month.
Yay. Congrats.
And then she starts real doctor work in September. So she's taking a month off.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So yeah, but yeah, so I'm just trying to knock everything out as much as I can. I'm still gonna end up doing work in August. You guys know me. But
sneak in the middle of the night.
no, I mean I'm not gonna. Yeah, there's no way I'm bringing any work with me. We're going to Hawaii, and
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure bringing like several little bottles of liquid and and wire and and other various tools will probably be a little frowned upon.
I'm not really seeing a problem. I mean, you just explain it. Oh, wait, no, I forgot. You're not a white man.
Yeah,
So
I am not a white man.
yeah, that's
You can just ship it to the hotel before you leave. And when you get there, all your supplies will already be there.
You laugh.
A SWAT team
Yeah.
would be there waiting for him.
Yeah, you laugh. I totally did that once. But I'm not gonna do that in Hawaii.
Yeah, it's Hawaii. You have better things going on.
Yes.
Yeah, go enjoy your time with the wife.
Yeah, we will. Anyways,
rumor has it there's a podcast going on. And yes, It is a podcast. Welcome to EMX. I am Thatcher E. Cleveland, and with me, as always, is Corwin Kroll.
Well, no. If you're Thatcher E. Cleveland, then I have to be Corwin C. Kroll. I got to put the middle initial there too.
All right, and so that's Corwin C. Kroll then. C3.
Yeah.
We'll just have to. I don't want to get him PO'd, just because it'd be C3. Anyway, and also Viet Huynh is here too.
Hello. I have
Your
a
middle initial.
I have a T, but I'm not gonna be all pretentious about it.
Yeah. Yeah, don't do that. I mean, that's just one step away from being a serial killer. It's like, oh, they're using the middle initial. On the police reports, they'll use the full name. Pretty sure your whole ass government name. But for those of you that don't know, this will be 1 hour of uncut, uncensored, and unscripted conversation about the X-Men books from June 2021. That's right. Get on the red carpet. Tune into your E-News network for all your Hellfire Gala coverage.
I think isn't it supposed to be green?
Yeah,
that's what to say.
Green carpet. Close enough.
Actually, the carpet in Krakoa is supposed to be green. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Well, you know what? There's infinite timelines now, so who cares, right?
Yes.
Go either way.
And what's it called? Normally we would like kind of take turns just kind of choosing the books that we cover, but since like all of these books are pretty much in order, we're just gonna go down the line. So watch for spoilers and grab onto your I'd say grab onto your seats, but that's so not classy. Grip your cocktail firmly in your hand, stare at the paparazzi, and get ready because we are starting now. Who are you wearing? Jumbo. Always Jumbo.
Jumbo. It's always Jumbo. It's always going to be Jumbo.
Yeah. I didn't realize you didn't do that part yet. Thatcher. My bad.
No, that's fine. I mean, I figured I would just tack it onto the end and, make sure we got the timer going.
Yeah. Gordon, do you have the timer?
The timer is going.
Well, it is going.
But it is going. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we are starting with Marauders number 21. Written by Jerry Duggan. Is that Matteo Lolli?
It is.
And I don't see the credits page.
I was gonna say I've been looking.
Yeah.
Last page.
Inks by Edgar Delgado, and letters by Corey Petit.
I thought it was kind of mean that they started the whole event off out of the book. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I was thinking of the Hellions because the Hellions is up near the top too. Because they can't go.
Yeah.
And it was sad. But yeah, this is the Everyone Arriving book, which includes I really like, it's got all the Avengers showing up.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Doom shows up. Patton Oswalt and someone else show up.
Yeah, there's so many like little celebrity cameos. That's really
although
cool.
part of me was like, is that Patton Oswalt or is that CB Cebulski?
Certain. Also, Patton Oswalt is there. This one.
You mean Akira Yoshida?
Yeah, I think that's him.
No, I think Akira Yoshida's next to him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Look, the less said about that, the better. But it also has the most infamous greeting, I think, in modern comics history. The silent Reed Richards whisper to Professor X. Which what do we think he's saying? I mean, obviously, I think the phrase "fuck you" is in there, like kind of at the very least implied. But
I remember, or kind of cologne are you wearing? I don't know.
Yeah. Or just going like 7 days.
Yeah.
Be like,
yeah, I don't know.
I know what you did last summer.
Yeah. Or maybe he knew what they were going to be doing later that evening.
Yeah.
Well, let's not forget, Xavier did wipe his mind of the blueprints for building the machine to mask X genes, or
Oh,
the
okay. Yeah.
Fantastic Four X-Men miniseries. So
Mhm.
they
Yeah.
got beef.
Yeah, they're definitely not on good terms, especially, following right up with, because they've been trying to, like, Franklin Richards has kind of become like the LeBron James of mutants. Like they want him on their team because they know this young man got the fire.
Yeah.
Had it.
Well, he could have it again.
That's true.
I mean, but until they figure out how to like write for a character that powerful, or like what his powers are going to be.
Right. And
I don't know.
I might be nitpicking, but like Emma in her little in her big ass like fur cape thing going, and like I'm no illustrator myself, but them looks a little low compared in perspective to the fur, like her X bits, if you will, seem a little low.
I mean, when there's no support, don't they kind of hang lower than?
Yeah, but even the cleavage is like it's almost like at her waist. And maybe it's a little again nitpicking, but
yeah, I didn't notice that until like, yeah, I see what you're saying.
yeah, but I mean she has like 20 wardrobe changes anyways. But
there's a nice deep cut with the Rhapsody playing. She was an X Factor character briefly who was in love with Multiple Man. It's a deep cut there. I gotta give him props for that.
I did not know that.
Oh yeah,
I remember that.
real deep cut. I mean, what did you guys think about this whole evening? So the first thing is, of course, they have gathering and everything. Then they have a telepathic concert where not only is Rhapsody playing, but Jean is able to connect the whole audience to her mind, and they actually feels what it's like to be playing this music.
Yeah, everybody except Doom is not happy.
Yeah, this will probably not be the last time I say this, but unmitigated hubris, like, because this whole like it's clearly it is an awesome party, but it is absolutely a display of excess.
Excess?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, it's like it really does. I feel like it sets the tone for the rest of the evening. Like it's very much like, hey, we're mutants. We all have abilities to do like wild and crazy shit. Not just even like save the world, but like we could, we've already can cure your diseases and do all these other things. But this is how we party if we choose to.
Yeah.
And it's amazing, so it really seems like a big show-offy affair, which, they're entitled to do. Obviously, anybody is. All of them are like that. I don't even know what they do at the Met Gala. I honestly feel like do they just show up in nice clothes and then go home? Like, I don't like, is there a dinner? Is there a meal served? I don't know the answer to any of those questions. So I don't know why everybody gets all like, dressed up, aside from like, oh, it's a party or whatever.
Yeah.
So
it's like, we're mutants, we're awesome, and we're better than you.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, that's kind of what it comes down to. Is like, look how fucking cool we are. Like, we finally like really, weaponized the cool.
then we have a funny moment where Emma realizes that Cap's kind of drawn to her because she reminds him of his mother.
Yeah.
Boy,
That was pretty funny.
I'll never think of Mrs. Rogers the same way again.
Yeah. Oh my. And
But
it
go ahead.
wasn't until like till Kitty mentioned it. I was like, and then I had to look back. I was like, dude, Captain America is drinking milk. Like,
You know, and people give Superman a hard time. You know, like that's I don't get that. But
I think we got Run the Jewels in the background there with Doom and Cap.
oh
What
man.
Cap is. But Emma ends up running into the Shi'ar, who had brought some crystals at her behest, but of course she didn't order them, so already mystery is afoot at the gala.
Yep. And yeah, like there's already a little bit of tension between between Cap and Doom.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you gather everybody together like that,
Right.
friends and enemies.
Yeah. So are
What do you?
we? Yeah, like I was about to get to the. Are those the two Hellfire Club
Yes.
kids?
Yes, that's exactly what I was
mhm.
gonna touch on.
Yes. And so are we to think that she's a Stepford Cuckoo?
That was my first thought, but I don't know what else it could be.
So
It's
she's
I
a
can't
sixth clone.
I can't say that she looks exactly like them, but I mean, blonde hair, blue eyes. I don't know if that's what they're hinting at.
Yeah, I don't know what else it could be.
Yeah, I wonder who would they mean by when they say they all should have known.
Yeah,
Like to not even. And I guess that would make a good. Yeah, no.
it's very interesting.
Yeah, I'm trying to devil's advocate away where it's that she's not a cuckoo, but
Like,
yeah, I think you guys are right. Like,
as much as those Hellfire kids like have meddled with mutants and stuff, like they gotta have some kind of cloning technology. It makes perfect sense that they cloned another cuckoo, or they got like Emma's DNA or something and made their own cuckoo or something.
She would have to go way back to before Jason Aaron's run as well, so she'd have to be part of the originals if
Right.
that's the case. But yeah, they say it hurts to even look at her. Well, Wilma hurts to even look at. Yeah, they do seem to have some kind of affinity towards her.
Yeah. And yeah, the cuckoos are in this party. They're like sort of like the NSA, like the stenographers of the party. And also we got a little appearance of Conan O'Brien in the next page, talking to Emma on her wardrobe change. DC looks like Conan O'Brien.
Yep, yep, you're right.
it's so funny.
And
Then go ahead.
I was like, I'm a little disappointed that as like Colossus looks has the coolest outfit, and he's not at all like involved in the game at all.
At all.
Besides like in the background.
He's still pissed at everybody,
Yeah.
I guess. And then the night skips to the end of the night where everybody's leaving and something has happened that's blown everybody's mind. Everything is too big for people to really wrap their minds around at this moment in time. And we don't find out what it is, but um, it kind of shook Captain America is like, okay, well, you need to watch your back now. You're gonna make some enemies with what you're doing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it was a nice touch. It kind of went through the whole gala without really giving away too much. They give us little bits of stuff, and then we have to piece it together with what's going on. I lost the timer. Hold on, where'd it go?
All right. And then there is like a backup story of like one of the old Hellfire Galas, if that's something you'd be interested in.
Yeah, which is it's a reprint of one of those classic X-Men classic, whichever time when you were reading it, backups.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pretty neat. All right. Next up we have what's X-Force number 20.
And that is written by Benjamin Percy, with art by Joshua Cassara, colors by Guru EFX, and letters by Virtual Calligraphies, Joe Caramagna.
I can run through this one real quick. Basically, we're dealing with X-Force, who is the security for things. In here, we do realize Wolverine ran across the Shi'ar, who are bringing logic diamonds, which gets back to the conversation Emma had last issue. And of course, Beast oversteps his boundaries once again with with the Terra Verde people who he sees infected with his own kind of what do we want to call it? Plant mind control, which of course somebody hacks and takes control of it. So now X-Force and has to put a quiet on it before anybody notices, but we do find out that Beast's plan was to actually infect and bug all the other nations so Krakoa can listen in on what's going on and what other people are planning.
Yep. And then Emma is filled in, or like figures out what Beast has been doing.
And to make matters fun, Deadpool shows up.
Yeah. Also, Beast has an X-Men bolo tie, and that's really great.
An X-Men what tie?
Bolo tie isn't that what those are called?
Oh, I have no clue.
Oh, you're talking about Wolverine?
No, Beast. Like,
well, they all have it.
It's like a pendant and like the strings hanging. That's
yeah,
like a bolo tie.
Yeah, Wolverine's got one too.
Oh, he's got one too? Okay.
I think all X-Force has it.
Okay.
Yeah, this is I was pleasantly surprised to find with the Deadpool guesting. Normally it's, I still remember when there were like 18 Deadpool books coming out a month, so.
Try doing a podcast on him now, and he doesn't even have a monthly book.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what is I thought he just wasn't I thought he was a mutant. Why is he saying like I'm what does he say?
He isn't. He tries to pretend he isn't. He thinks he is, but he isn't.
Oh, he never was a mutant?
No, he never was a mutant. He was an experiment.
I always thought he was a mutant.
Nope.
There you go.
The movie lied to you. They did. They lied to you, but it's all good. So yeah, definitely a good issue. It's not a must read if you just really want just the straight gala itself. You could actually skip this issue.
Yeah, but there's always some like gnarly looking art in these books, and Benjamin Percy does a pretty good job of. Beast is just a terrible person now.
Yeah,
they make him so unlikable.
Yeah, like I'm trying to remember, like when was this? I mean, I feel like okay, bringing the original X-Men into the present, dick move for sure. But like
ever since he was involved in the Illuminati, like he's been kind of an asshole. Kind of let that power get to his head.
He's the only one that was like, you know what? I think what we did here was wrong. He was like, "No, this is awesome. Why aren't we doing this more?"
Yeah.
I love the fact they got Forearm being the DJ.
Yeah. Makes sense. On the 1s and 2s and 3s and
He's in
4s.
4s. Episode title right there. Yeah. No, I don't really got anything else.
I love that Domino's, like, she still has pouches, but they're just like around her, like her thigh.
Yeah, I think Quentin Quire had some of those. Like he had like bicep pouches.
Can't go anywhere without your pouches.
Yeah. And yeah, the interaction with Quentin and Tony Stark is actually pretty good too.
Yeah, it's funny because it's like an extended cut of what happened in the issue of Marauders. Because it's like you see bits of the dialogue there,
Mm-hmm.
and then this is like the whole shebang.
Indeed.
A lot of issues to cover, so let's keep it
Yep.
moving. We got Hellions number 12 next.
And that was written by Zeb Wells with art by Steven Segovia, colors by David Curiel, and letters by Virtual Calligraphy's Ariana Marr. Yeah, like I said before, this one just kind of makes me sad. They're just like, what do you nerds think you're going to the prom? Fuck no. Look at you guys.
Yeah.
You're an egg. No.
Yeah, you like your name is Wild Child.
I mean, come on, you gotta love Nanny getting shit faced.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That the way that it goes from like it basically becomes like an 80s party movie.
Yeah. Where the outcasts crash the party.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is anybody swinging from a chandelier?
I don't think there was one. There probably
if
would
there
be.
was, like Wild Child would have gotten it.
And oof, Psylocke. Whew, that dress.
Oh yeah.
There's so many, and there's so many like awkward rom-com moments in this issue too. I love it. Like, Havoc once again being like, "Hey, no, seriously, can you bring my dead ex-girlfriend that's a clone that's sort of a mutant? I mean, technically, I really think we could bring her to life." I feel like, I have no personal stake in this. I'm just saying, as good people, we could do that. What do you mean my other ex-girlfriend is standing right behind me with her dad?
Yeah.
I don't think I really dug the Magneto and Xavier white and gold. I don't even know what to call it. Style that they have. It's just.
I feel like it was a little. I'm really trying to find a way to put this nicely. It may have been a little beyond the grasp of the artist. I mean, because it's really like both of those outfits are really busy and they've got a lot of detail. And I would imagine like, hey, you've got to draw them in a few panels, and like you get that and you're just like, oh, come on.
Yeah, like how many chains is Xavier wearing?
Oh, are you kidding me? Yeah, like, so I feel like they just don't look super great in this issue.
And
exactly how does Nanny drink from the roof of her armor? Just opens the top and just pours it down. I mean,
yeah, I would guess that it just fills up. It just fills up, and she
she just pickles
it,
herself. Basically, she's a pickled egg.
Yeah.
God, you know what? I swear to God, if we don't at some point at the end of this series, like, I want to know what they look like on the inside of their armor.
Yeah.
It's time. It's time. I've been, like these exceptionally weird characters have been floating around pretty much the entire, like almost as long as I've been alive.
So
I love Mutants.
when Orphan Maker was revived, they immediately put him in the armor.
Yes, because his mutant power
Oh
is
yeah. Okay, so like
teledestructive
we
or
didn't get to
something.
see it then.
Yeah, yeah. They made a point of being all like, you know. And then one of the things I appreciate about the this event in general is how they have used it as, even though, like, like they jumped in, they occasionally had to jump in a few story, like ahead of some stories that were going on. um they still found a way to like use what happens at it as a springboard to new things. So it's not like it's honestly, it's not like the King in Black stuff where it's like, yep, goo covered the earth for a while and then the goo went away and everything's the same.
Thank
Because
goodness.
Zombie Sinister shows up.
Ooh, yes. Sinister from Otherworld, who was captured. So now we'll get some real friction here between the two Sinisters and what really went down.
Oh, we get Empath getting his ass beat, so that's always nice.
Yeah, again, yeah, always a pleasure. Just
All right, we gotta run out of time on these books.
mhm.
What do we got next? Viet, you want to take Excalibur 21?
Sure. But I do want to mention when Sinister's like, Franklin, how are you? And then it's like, let's keep moving, son.
Yeah. They're like, no, never, don't go near this guy.
Yeah.
For the love of God, do not take a drink or anything or like any
He already
kind.
has Franklin's DNA, so who knows? I don't think it's that big of a deal to him anymore.
All
But
right.
Excalibur
Yeah.
21, Teeny Howard, Marcus Toe on the art, Eric Arcena on colors, and Ariana Mar on letters.
But yeah, we're just keeping on going. I do like that that Rick, we finally get a Richter Shatterstar interaction. Um, they were a couple back in the X Factor days.
Well, let's
And
not forget Shatterstar was stuck in Mojo World and he couldn't leave for
right.
the longest.
And yeah, he just kind of shows up like all bloodied. And like, that doesn't look like a Jumbo outfit. Unless that was his aesthetic. Like, but I wouldn't put it past him either. Like, but yeah, and then like seeing stuff about about the I guess the British druids or just the British leaders.
Yeah, they
Like,
basically have decided to Brexit themselves from the X-Men.
yeah,
It's truly a BRX.
yeah,
It.
yeah.
And the Coven Akaba obviously has teamed up with them as well, so not looking good for mutants in the UK.
Yeah, and then Megan is pregnant again.
Yes, Nightcrawler drunkenly almost reveals.
Trunk Nightcrawler throughout this event. It really is. Like the best note for this whole event must have been like, oh, by the way, Nightcrawler gets shit faced progressively more so throughout. So any kind of drunken thing that you need Nightcrawler to do, have him show up and do it because
Yeah,
he's going to be trashed come Way of X.
right.
And then we get some sad news as Pete Wisdom gets killed and sacrificed.
Oof.
So
And
do you think they have his stuff? Like, can they, like, do they have a backup on Pete Wisdom?
If he's a mutant, yes. If he's been registered in Cerebral before, then yes.
But has he been registered in Cerebro before? That's what I'm saying, because he's all like super spy-like, you know?
Yeah, if he's been pinged on Cerebral, I don't even think he needs to give permission or anything. I think if he's been pinged at all, if he's been read at all, then he's automatically just included.
Okay.
But Morgan Le Fay gets freed.
Yeah. I don't see how that could be a problem at all.
Yeah, this will work out well for everyone involved.
Well, what about Apocalypse? Without Apocalypse there, is that going to be a bigger issue? I mean, she's going to want revenge because he did, like, dissect her while she was alive.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure she will be more than ready to take it out on everyone's ass.
Because I want to see her throw down with Selene. See how that works.
That would be an interesting team.
Mm-hmm.
And Richter, since the whole UK government decides to separate themselves from Krakoa, Richter takes it upon himself to move the lighthouse.
Yeah.
We have Braddock Island. Is that what they call it? Yes, Braddock Isle.
Forget it. We'll make our own white people island with blackjack and hookers.
I mean, good issue overall, but once again, not really tied too heavily into the actual event, even though they do spoil Rogue here as becoming a member of the X-Men for the big reveal.
Yeah, like I completely forgot about the election. Like,
they gave us the results before things even started.
Right.
So,
but like I didn't know, like I didn't realize that there was like a legit election, like in the book too.
Yeah. All right. What do we got next? So, speaking of the big one, X-Men 21. Got actually a couple different artists on this book.
Yep, it's Jonathan Hickman wrote it, Nick Dragotta, Russell Dowderman, Lucas Wernick, and Sarah Pacelli drew it. Frank Martin, Matthew Wilson, Sonny Go, and Nolan Woodward colored it. And Clayton Cowles lettered up on the whole thing.
The final issue of X-Men before it is relaunched. Dragotta starts it off, and we get a nice, interesting look at Namor as he meets with Xavier and Magneto. And just the sheer arrogance of Namor, you just got to love, because, of course, he's the king of, 70% of the world. And the mutants have a little island.
Yeah.
I was hoping we get back to the conversation Xavier had with him during House of X and Powers of X, where he doesn't quite believe Xavier standing behind this mutants, not supremacy, but what's the proper term?
I mean, it's kind of supremacy at this point.
Yeah.
Yep. So I really wanted him to touch back on our conversation because he didn't think Xavier really stood behind the things that they were saying. But here he just kind of brushes them off and he joins, which is ironic, Iron Man, Mr. Fantastic, Black Panther, and Cap, and Doctor Strange, who were the second Illuminati.
Yep. That's gonna be awkward.
The two Illuminati, the two Minati.
Yeah. In comes Beast. Hey guys, remember me?
They're like, get the fuck out. Just go.
So I'm wondering if they're gonna be plotting.
Oh yeah.
Gonna keep an eye on Koa. So
yeah, they're just like, they're getting a little too powerful. We might have to yeet them to space.
Yeah, I mean, like, and again, like, we haven't gotten to it yet, but when you get to like what they call the fireworks, can you blame them? Unmitigated hubris.
Yep.
we'll talk. I definitely want to delve into that a little bit later as well, with the hubris thing. But then we have the mental election where every mutant gets to express why they should be a member of the X-Men, and from that, all the other mutants votes. And we get our new team where we have Rogue, Sunfire, female Wolverine, Cinch, Polaris, and of course Jean and Cyclops, who form the new team of X-Men.
Did you guys I'm kind of going on a little tangent, but like there was a thing on Twitter where people were like, it's not X-23, she's Wolverine. I don't know if you guys saw that at all, but
No, I wasn't really. I don't think I was paying much attention to
yeah,
Twitter
it
when
was
this came
weird.
out.
Like there was a whole thing about, like, I don't know. There was like a debate on whether she was Wolverine or not. And I
I
was like,
mean,
yeah,
they call her Wolverine, so
right. Yeah, I don't know.
Wolverine.
Yeah.
I don't.
So, yeah.
And we got some cool sinister secrets. If we had more time, we could probably delve into it. We're already halfway through the show, and I don't think we're halfway through the books yet. So we'll keep it moving. But there's some pretty interesting sinister secrets here. Any of them you guys just want to touch upon, or are we gonna keep it moving?
Let's keep it going. Let's keep it moving.
Yeah, we get a good zoom in on Patton Oswalt.
There you go. Yes.
Yes. So that, yeah,
And
that
Eminem.
was.
Eminem's back there, so is Method Man.
And George R.R. Martin.
Yep.
I recognize a few people here. Cool. All right. So then Emma, of course, hosts again. Oh, we can't forget this one here where Cyclops meets Kevin Feige.
Yeah.
And Feige asks him, what's his story? Cyclops says, well, it's complicated. Nice little meta commentary there.
Yeah.
But then, of course, we see that Quentin Quire goes around and he speaks to Storm and Jean and Exodus and what do they call Brian Braddock? Monarch?
Captain Avalon.
Oh, Jamie. Sorry, not Brian. Jamie.
Oh,
Crazy one.
yeah.
I think it's Monarch. Then we see what's this? They gather Proteus, Hope, Elixir, Iceman, and they all go through the gate. And then we hear Emma announce the fireworks for the evening, and they kind of leave us hanging at that point.
Behold.
Oh, this was a great issue. Oh, this is a really great issue. It's definitely a key issue to the event. I don't really have anything else to say. What do you guys think?
Yeah, this is pretty rad.
I mean, honestly, I kind of wished that they'd held the voting results until the issue came out, but that's I get why they can't. But yeah, no, I mean it was good. Like I really like the Namor scene. Like he does a great job of just being like, the fucking balls on you two. Get out of my way. You know, like,
well, I mean, to be fair, he did say like I'm not even gonna consider you guys till you're as much of like supremacists as I am. And then he's just like, and then now at the gala, he's like, all right, game recognizes game.
Yeah.
I do like the fact that they have Madrox servers all around the place. So of course, once he reabsorbs his dupes, he'll have all their memories and they'll pretty much most of the conversations that was going on.
Yeah.
Nice touch.
All right. What's next on the list?
Next on the list is Children of the Atom #4, written by Vita Ayala, with art by Paco Medina, colors by David Curiel, letters by Travis Lanham. Yeah, this is, I feel like, and again, nothing can be proven. I feel like this is the only of these, like, sort of like the titles that's out of sync with the rest of it, and probably because of COVID, because it was supposed to be out earlier. So they would have been able to do more of the done the whole like intro arc that forces on, that focuses on each character, does their origins, because then one of them, I forget which issue it is, but one of them's at the gala. I think it's
Well, there's
it's
like
an X Factor.
it was
issue,
like an X Factor issue where like they're at the gala.
yeah. And so like, yeah, clearly this is, because I know this book was supposed to come out several months previous. And once again, they're trying to get onto Krakoa, and it definitely looks like all of their like powers stuff is super, yeah, like super weapons they found down by the river.
Yeah.
In a spaceship.
Yeah, in a spaceship. They're living in a spaceship down by the river. You're not going to get to the Hellfire Gala when you're living in a spaceship down by the river.
R.I.P. Chris Farley.
Oh boy.
But yeah, this one, yeah, just completely out of timeline. But cool that they were able to call on like the big guy, the big names. They got Wolverine, they got Cyclops, Jean.
Theoretically,
yeah.
I feel like there might be some shenanigans going on here, but we'll find out in the next issue.
Yes.
I'm trying to figure out who this military force is. You see, they have all kind of mutant parts, stuff in tanks.
Oh yeah.
Veins and stuff.
Yeah, it looks like they're developing like under like a Omega Sentinel or something.
And they want, actually, you know what? This is probably the human, because they're talking about carving these kids up.
Yeah.
That's a callback. Oh, it is human.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, I was gonna say it.
Morrison's X-Men.
Human.
Yeah.
Yeah, they surgically graft mutants' parts to themselves. All right. Whose turn?
What's next?
Got 20 minutes.
Planet-size X-Men.
Oh. Go, run with it.
All right. Yeah, so that Planet-size X-Men. I've got it pulled up,
Yeah. Pepe Larraz on art and Jerry Duggan writing.
Yep.
Is it Marte Gracia?
Yeah, Marte Gracia on the colors and Clayton Cowles on the letters. This is where the rubber meets the road, folks.
Yeah. Oof. Yeah, I and then like as I was going through this gala, I'm like, where are the Araka people in this whole thing? And they were like, oh, this Planet-size X-Men answers that question.
I don't think Arako cares for dinners and galas.
Yeah, I feel like that would be like a exceptionally bad idea. I mean, it's good that they came up with, hey, you guys should fix this and give them a bigger place to stay. But yeah, if they hadn't, and like, everyone came over, it's like, yeah, don't mind our neighbors, the island of like millions of warlord mutants.
Right.
That have just been like, chilling.
Exactly. And yeah, like how do you keep a whole like island with millions of warlord mutants like in check throughout like this whole time, like prepping for the gala?
Well, we've seen some of them kind of integrate into the world here or there. So.
Right. And yeah, they already had some issues, like in Japan or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they're on Mars now. So
they're on planet Araco.
Yeah.
Which apparently is also capital of the solar system.
Well, the Sol system, which is our solar system, but
Yeah,
So
they've elected themselves Black Captain.
The soul system.
But yeah, this is nuts. Like, I love all the scientific details that they did to going into like using their powers to make Mars habitable and breathable. And yeah, like pretty much every page, like every few pages is just like, oh, what the shit? Oh, what the shit?
Yeah. Martian Manhunter is not going to be happy.
Jamie
wrong
Braddock
news.
Jamie Braddock just gave birth to a space station.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
What is happening?
That was hilarious because, of course, Gene tries to literally plant the idea in his mind. Well, telepathically tries to plant the idea in his mind, and he literally takes it literally and
Yeah. No, she
works.
impregnated his mind.
Yeah. And
And
one
he-
cool scene here, we see Storm walking off into the diplomat section of Lake Hellas.
What?
Yup.
Will come
Yeah,
into play much later on.
Yeah, it's funny. I was like looking, I was like, wasn't that in this issue? I'm like, oh, I guess it must be in a later one because I almost quote unquote spoiled it. But yeah, this is top level science fiction storytelling with people that are born with superpowers
Yeah.
that are mutants. You know, like this. And you know, it's funny that they had the Kevin Feige cameo in the last issue because honestly, like there are a lot of times where I'm like, you know, I wish that like regular Marvel Universe and the X-Men completely separate.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like you're telling two very different levels of story, you know, and like what the X-Men books are doing now, and like the idea of like, I don't know, shit, let's have them take over Mars and make it into their like own planet for like all these dudes. Basically, in a sense, repopulating, you know, like over the course, like this arc so far seems to be just like like a point by point refuting of all the stuff that Joe Quesada wanted to do with mutants when he became editor in chief. And I'm not saying that that's what they did, but it's like, you know, one of the first things they did was like they got rid of all the mutants, you know, and then now they're like, nope, we just made a whole mess of them. It's like, all right, well, you can't kill people off. Nope, they can completely transcend death at this point. I mean, all we need now is just Wolverine smoking, and it will be like the final straw.
Yeah. And we all know you love the maps, Corbin.
Oh yes. Oh yes. So we have, you know, whatever happened to the terraformed part of Mars when Ex Nihilo came in terraformed parts of Mars? There should be a garden on Mars somewhere.
Maybe they'll actually interact and it'll actually mean something.
I can't imagine they won't at least mention it.
You would think, you know, with Hickman being involved.
Mm-hmm.
But
That's the funny part. Hickman didn't write anything this month, I don't think.
No, he wrote X-Men, didn't he?
Oh yeah, he did write X-Men. Okay. Well, Planet Size was Duggan.
Yeah.
So he wrote one issue out of everything.
Yeah, but he's like the head guy.
Remember, he was writing 2 books at once. He was writing New Mutants and X-Men. Now X-Men's dropped off. He's off of New Mutants.
They probably want him to like get ahead on his other stuff so there aren't delays. Because I feel like I've heard that, you know, he's a dude that has some delays, but you know, just cut him some slack and plan for it.
Well, we'll get to it when we get to the end of this. We've got about 13 minutes though, and we still got 6 books to go.
I say we should just go with it. screw the time limit. But
Don't threaten me with a good time.
but this Pepe Larraz art, oof, so
Oh,
good.
fantastic. You know what? You should probably check out his run with Jerry Duggan on Uncanny Avenger. Wait, we covered Uncanny Avengers. Never mind.
So it's like, we did.
Yeah, that's when
Yeah.
Deadpool was part of the team and
I
he
know.
kissed Rogue and yeah.
Yeah, I was there, Corey.
If you go back
I
to Dream
wasn't.
Team.
I'll go back and listen to it.
Oh, but that was some fantastic issues, and the art there was just like this. It's just, dude is doing some gorgeous stuff.
Yeah, Pepe Larraz is definitely he's like top tier, like probably the best Marvel artist has right now.
Agreed. I want Marvel to get a hold of Ivan Rice from DC. I want to see what he can do.
They need someone, okay? Not that they don't have people, but you know.
I mean, honestly, people still in love with Jim Lee and stuff like that, but I mean, Roz here, Ivan Rice, I think they can give Lee a run for his money.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, they're definitely, yeah. Everything about this issue is just mind blowing, basically.
All right. Next up is New Mutants. What number? New Mutants 19. Vita Ayala. Writing. Alex Linz on the art. Matt Miller on the colors, and Travis. I can't read that very well. Travis.
Is it Travis Lanham?
Yeah,
Lanham.
Yeah, on the letters. And I was like, was this one also like pretty sad? Just like
a lot of it's
there
funny
were
because a
sad
lot of
moments, right?
Yeah, like a lot of the the side book, like the ones that aren't like really driving forward like the main thrust of the event. It's like it is kind of that weird analogy where it's it's like, oh, you're throwing a party and like everyone thinks it's going to be great, but then like there's always some people that just have a shitty time even though like it's an awesome party. And yeah, there's a lot of that.
Yeah.
In this one.
We do get like a douchebag getting his comeuppance, which is nice.
Yeah.
He looks like somebody, but I can't think of who.
You know what he looks like? He looks like Jared Leto.
A little bit.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, he, karma is a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Quite literally.
Essentially,
Nice.
in this, and nice the continued awkward warpath stuff with the New Mutants is fun. Like he continues to be awkward, and then he can't get his outfit off of him. The girls are just like, boy, do I have something fun for you.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the other disturbing part of this issue.
Yeah, Gabby dead.
I mean, is she dead? Is she brain dead? They didn't quite make it clear. Is she dead, do you think? Or is she just brain dead, or the physical or mental thing? What do you guys think?
I feel like if they, like if it makes sense, you do something that doesn't kill her, but like messes up her brain. And, because otherwise they're going to just be able to bring her right back.
Well, wasn't there a whole thing about like not bringing back like clones?
Yep.
Mm.
She was concerned with it after they didn't bring Madeline back. She was just like, what about me?
That's a good point.
Yeah, but they brought back Laura.
True.
So.
But as all these things go, they brought back Laura because she was useful.
Right. And they would bring back one of the Stepford Cuckoos. But yeah, I guess also useful.
They're considered a whole with the 5 of them. But So this letter at the end written by Gabby, do we think Gabby really wrote it, or do we think maybe that might be Shadow King?
Oh, I mean, if she wrote it with her own hands, it's because she was being mind controlled. Yeah, I feel like there's no way this isn't like a fake suicide letter, you know. And
It's not even a suicide letter because she's like, "Oh yeah, we'll get together and eat some food and take lots of pictures." So she's
well,
looking forward to things.
yeah, it's
Yeah, it does.
something.
It does feel forced.
Yeah, that's where my mind went to it. I could see it being a thing where it's like she writes the letter and then goes, like, because she knows she's going to go confront them, and then it doesn't go well for
Yeah,
her.
because like in the previous issues, like she seemed to be like uneasy about Shadow King, which you should,
Yeah,
because he's Farouk, and as we talked about before, you never trust anybody that has had spider legs.
yeah.
This is go-to rule of thumb. If anybody has ever had spider legs, you don't trust them.
But they do go out of their way to try to separate Shadow King from Farouk is the other thing that I'm realizing. So things are going to get really interesting because this seems to be Farouk working on his own to protect the kids from Shadow King. It just
Right.
there's a lot of sides to this thing that I'm trying to figure out. That's really got me. It's got me interested.
Yeah, and then like, and the fact that the other kids didn't know about Gabby makes it even more interesting. Like she seemed to be like, yeah, like I think I want to say like the simple answer would be that she wrote the letter and then wanted to confront Farouk, and and then he and then she ended up like getting knocked out or possibly dead because of it. Because like the kids find her.
Yeah. So it's, again, a bummer, and also setting up more to come from this book.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to finding out what's going on here.
Yeah.
It hooked me.
So many of these side books, like, yeah, like I think that just goes to show like the strength of these creative teams is that even if they're not dealing with like, we're going to completely terraform Mars and whatever, or even like your traditional, because again, we're not telling superhero stories here. Like that's, and I think that's really cool.
And I'm glad they acknowledge the fact that Danny Moonstar like totally just like left Wolfsbane hanging, and they at least kind of dealt with it like pretty quickly.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be a thing that's going to be a pivotal wedge driven between those two.
Agreed. Like it's gonna be like something's always gonna be coming up, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. So next issue is X-Corp 2, written by Teeny Howard, art by Alberto Foce, colors by Sonny Go, and letters by Clayton Cowles.
So
Interest.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say interesting stuff going on this one.
Yeah, we get, yeah, like they're just working on getting the board. They're interviewing people at the gala, uh, for the X-Corp, and yeah, we got Madrox like trying to deal with them, deal with all the other Madroxi. We get Fenris. A lot of Fenris.
Those fucking tools.
and I love that they brought them out like pretty much like it's like, no, you're Nazis, go away. It's
Yeah.
exactly how my reaction whenever I see Fenris.
Yeah, agreed. I'm glad they get their asses kicked.
Yep.
But you know what? Just reminded me of two things. One, we didn't talk about Roberto last issue in the chat room where he was pissed off that he didn't get into the X-Men.
Right.
his, his diva moment just had me rolling. It was just so stupid. And here he is again.
Mm-hmm. It's like, we're using your money already. Well, I'm gonna use more money.
I got money you haven't even heard of yet.
Yeah. And
This book,
I like how, like, you know, last time we saw Mastermind, he was doing arcade stuff with Sinister.
yep. Now he's forming other friendships.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure how long this book is gonna last or be as interesting, but I'm interested in seeing how they're gonna try to make me care.
Yep.
Yeah, I definitely feel like it's going to be a smaller scale book than some of these other ones.
I mean, smaller scale, but still focused on corporate shenanigans and mergers and
Yeah, I
rollouts
mean,
and
yeah, like they're like I'd be surprised if we got to like issue 12 with this or beyond. You know what I mean? Like it just like I feel like there's like a finite story that they're looking to tell, and then that's that's all.
Well, it is Teeny Howard, and they tend to go all over the place with their stories. So who knows?
and it's just kind of dragged into this crossover with its second issue on top of that.
Yeah, see, that's another one where it's like I feel like at least for them, they knew that they were going to be coming out late, so they were able to sort of be like, okay, we can plan for this.
Who do you think the fourth member is going to be?
Let's see. Neil Shahara, who's the Indian Thunderbird, Roberto da Costa, Celine. Well, we know Sarah St. John is already going to is already working with the Fenris twins.
Yep.
I mean, the most interesting one who would probably work would be Celine. You know, another villain, two heroes, and well, quote unquote two villains with her and Mastermind.
Right.
That'll be
Yeah.
interesting.
I mean, I like the idea of bringing Thunderbird back, though, because even though he was from one of the darkest timelines,
Hold on.
Interesting character.
Which timeline are you talking about?
Indian Thunderbird, Neil Shara.
Different Thunderbird.
I'm talking about the like
James Proudstar or John.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about the Indian guy that's in this.
Yes. Gotcha. He's the third Thunderbird.
Yeah. Not Native American Thunderbird.
Not Native American.
Yeah, from India,
Yeah.
Thunderbird, the
Yes.
Indian guy. Otherwise, I would have said the Native American Thunderbird.
Gotcha.
But it's nice to see, it's characters like him and Tempo and Maggot and everything. It's always nice when they like kind of pop up in the background or like as like, hey, this person's gonna do something again.
But you know what? They really should be doing something with him eventually because he was the lover of Omega Sentinel before she became infected with the Nano Sentinels before she became Sentinel Prime. That was his girl.
Yeah. Here's hoping.
Connections. All right. What do we got next? The do Wolverine 13.
Finally, we'll talk about Wolverine.
You
I mean,
cold
let's
for
be
that one
honest.
yet.
That book has been kind of all over the place, but Benjamin Percy, Scott Eaton on art, R.N. Jr. on inks, Matthew Wilson on colors,
Yeah, this is
and
just X-Force 21.
yeah, same writer, so no
Yeah.
surprise there. But yeah, X-Force has to deal with Beast's fuck ups,
Yep.
and
He doesn't
because of that,
seem sorry about it.
not even in the slightest bit. Emma should have
Yeah.
knocked his ass
Yeah,
out.
he's just like, you need me. I'm like, do we though? Do we though?
Wheels are also turning because at 11:21, uh, is it Sebastian? Emma's brother gets killed.
Or Christian.
Christian, there we go, gets killed. And what I'm thinking is the those logic diamonds from the Shi'ar are stolen.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So that's bad.
Do we know what logic diamonds do yet?
They're like memory storage. Like I think Xavier uses some of them for his backups. You know, he has like five different backups. But and I do believe Dr. Is it Mendel? She had her husband's consciousness saved in one when she made
Oh, okay.
Nimrod.
Right.
And actually, the doctor she works with, the guy with the things over his eyes, he's either from the Shi'ar Empire or worked with them before. So there's lots of connections going on there.
Yeah, and the Marauders on fire.
Yes, the ship's on fire. Well, which is what saves Beast's ass, because Emma's gonna deal with him thoroughly until this thing popped up. But the Terra-Verde get their freedom, and because of what Beast does, Sage has to basically make concessions. So they give them $1 billion for economic and emotional damages. X-Corp disregard all pharmaceutical and technological copyrights as it relates to their technology, and they get to back out of their trade deal with Krakoa.
Do you think there's any like real significance to this old couple in the future? Like, are they going to be like important players, or
Really hard
Possibility.
to say.
like there's this old couple that's kind of in the background that gets caught up in all the X-Force shenanigans, but they kind of end up happily ever after. But I hope like I want to like as soon as you mentioned those two scientists, I want to say it's like it's them or something like undercover. But
Well, no, the husband's dead. Remember? He
right.
died. But did they say where they're from? We have to go look at X-Force for that one to see exactly if we're introduced to them and where they're from. I don't know.
Yeah,
But once again, side story.
Yep. Looks like Gabriel Iglesias. One of the first issue, first page, first couple pages. But yeah, that we finally talked about Wolverine.
Here's
Yeah.
the impossible has happened.
Mm-hmm. So what's next?
next up. We've got big issue. S.W.O.R.D number 6. Al Ewing writing, Valero Ski on art, Marte Gracia on colors, Aranya Mayer on letters. You guys can run with this.
Oh yeah, another Valero Ski is also top tier artist.
Yeah, this is the holy shit, y'all done did it, didn't you?
Yeah.
You blew it up, you bastards.
Yeah, and you know, this council is very Earth dominant. I must say, like very human dominated. Like you got Nova, you got um what's his name?
Quill?
Yeah,
Quill's half.
you got Peter Quill. Even Smasher's human. And then you got the Wakanda representative. A lot of human representatives. That's all I'm saying.
Well, all that aside, Frenzy's costume or whatever her gala dress.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Indeed.
Yeah. Some wild stuff.
And I like how Brand is just straight punk.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The eye patch.
Plus, we get to meet our new boss.
Well, let's save that scene. You did skip over the intro scene with Captain America and Doom having their conversation, which I thought was really interesting.
Yeah. It's just like, you really gonna let this happen?
But even more than that, as Thatch was saying, you get the arrogance of Doom wanting to know who would speak for Earth, who would speak for him. And
motherfucking Storm, y'all.
Hell of an entrance.
Mm-hmm.
Regent of Mars, the voice of soul.
Aurora Monroe, Queen of Mars.
You say, I'm the voice of soul.
Now, it's really going to be interesting seeing her in a political position and how that's going to affect things, and her not being on Earth. Is she going to be part of S.W.O.R.D now, or is the regular books going to still cut back and forth? It's really interesting to see how they're going to play this out.
I really feel like you just keep her in this book and dealing like, because it definitely, I feel like this is where like that kind of like a space dealing with all the other stuff needs to happen, and she should really be in the thick of that.
I'm just gonna miss her interacting with the other mutants.
Yeah, and they've been hinting for months, is like that she was leaving, right? Like that.
Yeah.
They were like, where is she going?
She got her ass to Mars.
Yep.
So one thing we didn't touch on is the Mutant Council have created a new metal that conducts everything perfectly, 100% conduction, and they're offering it to the what kind of council? The Galactic Society or the Galactic Council. So it's basically, once again, House of X, where the mutants are buying their way into power, into seats of power, into being recognized. And all the empires except of course the Intergalactic Empire, Wakanda.
Yeah, because they're just like, what is my vibranium chopped liver?
Which I never really read the Black Panther book, Ta-Nehisi Coates stuff, so might be interesting one day if I ever find time to go back and check it out.
Right, and I haven't been reading Guardians. I've been getting the books, but I haven't
So good. So good. And Doom actually joined last issue before this. Well,
Yeah, like Peter Quill, like looking like he is. I'm like, I have no idea what's going on with him.
Oh, that's just headgear. He representing, I guess, his sister's empire, because his half sister took over for their dad.
All right.
But the big twist, end of the issue, 3:17 a.m. in the morning, we have Magneto enjoying some scotch or something, and in comes Wanda Maximoff, the Scarlet Witch.
The person that everyone hates.
Yeah.
Pretender.
That's sort of apparently not a mutant anymore.
And they kept they kept up with it too.
Well, mutant or not, Magneto makes a connection and tells her, I don't care what you are, you're still my daughter. And that was another surprise ending no one saw coming. I did. So I guess the real question now is, Is it Magneto? Is it Mystique?
Well,
Is
oh,
Wanda? Is Wanda Mystique? I mean, is this the beginning of the Inferno where Mystique's gonna burn shit down?
it's entirely possible.
We know the Inferno is a thing.
And I don't know. I just don't see Magneto turning this corner without any kind of hints or anything. Any groundwork. It just seems strange for him to make this decision. And I mean, it's possible, but it just seems strange now of all times.
I mean,
well, we don't know that. Well, at least not in this issue. You don't know that.
Well, we'll get to it when we get to it.
Yeah.
Let's just talk about what we got.
it would
right here,
definitely,
right now.
if your theory is correct, it would definitely make the scene where Magneto's toasting his helmet and saying, "Here's to you then, to all you've wrought," which again is something that I've seen memed multiple times thus far.
Mm-hmm.
That would make it a lot more. That would be an interesting clue, because it's like instead of like the self-congratulatory, like, "We did it, man. We made it to Mars." It's more of a, "Here's to me completely and totally fucking you over.
Yeah.
You did this to yourselves, you a-holes," which I feel like in the giant collected edition of all of the like this Hickman era of X-Men, that's what they'll need to call it. You did it to yourselves,
Yeah.
you goddamn a-holes.
Oh man. All right. Next up, Way of the X #3.
I'm sad that this book is coming at the end of us talking about this and needing to hurry, because this issue wild, yo.
Oh, we threw the time limit out a long time ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't worry about that. So, Cy Spurrier writing, Bob Quinn on art, Hava Tartaglia on colors, and Clayton Cowles on letters. Go ahead, Thatch. What you got to say?
Oh, I mean, again, drunk Nightcrawler.
Yeah.
And
Is
like
in
this
full force here.
Yeah, and I like how they sort of like sum up the evening in just one page. Like, shows up drunk, more drunk, way more drunk. "Sir, we're going to need to ask you to leave." I guess it's 2 pages really. And then he's the one, like, he ends up near Magneto and
Scarlet
Witch dancing. And then he wakes up going, "Oh my God."
Yeah.
Stumbles around and he finds Stacy X's mutant sex pet.
Slash
It just-
nursery.
Yeah, like, and then we get more of this whole sort of like, what is it, like the Patchwork Man dude who like pops out, and what was going to be sort of like a sweet little moment for Mercury and Loa turns out to go really bad.
Yep.
Yeah, like it's wild from front to back. And also, who else shows up? Fabian Cortez to get his ass kicked again.
Yep.
Do you love the fact that when they find him, he has Magneto's helmet?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because, and before, I hadn't even noticed that, but before we had even been, like when I read that, when I, came into the thing, I was like, yeah, he's a prime suspect. Because they shamed him as hard as you could possibly shame someone.
Right.
Like, once again, his signature move going after the Lost is to try to choke him out.
Huh. I didn't even think about. I thought the helmet thing was more of like a sadomasochist. That was like his kink, or just like
Well, I think it was because she even says it. I
yeah,
won't wear that stupid helmet. She tells him to get a haircut.
yeah. So just like, can you, like, it's like, can you put on this helmet and step on my throat?
Yeah. You nasty.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like after this episode, like after this issue, Kurt's just kind of like looking back at everyone and was like, you know what? Maybe I was right before. Y'all really do need Jesus.
Yeah, seriously.
Uh,
And Dr. Nemesis and Dazzler.
Yeah.
well, you see that Stacy ended up pushing him anyway with her pheromones.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Again, another deep cut, Stacy X. It's like, God damn, really leave no mutant behind. They are not kidding.
Yeah.
It's just proof that they grew up reading the same issues we did. You know, they're us, these
And-
writers.
Yeah. And the Zorns.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Legion and the Zorn sounds like a great band name.
I love this issue a lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
This book is fantastic.
It's so out there.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested to see where they end up with this book.
I tend to not like Cy Spurrier, but I'm kind of in for this wackiness this time around.
All right. And we close out the gala with another big issue, the final issue of X Factor, written by Leah Williams, art by David Baldion.
And
Well,
David
actually,
Messina and Lucas Wernick.
they actually gave David Baldion some story credit here too.
Mm-hmm.
Israel Silva on colors and Joe Carmagna with the lettering once again.
I feel like this one's kind of a bummer because it the stuff involving Prodigy feels like it is revealed very quickly.
Yeah.
Like, all right, we got to wrap this up. But again, like the stuff with iBoy, that iBoy man.
Yeah. That boy's
He keeps
badass.
he keeps getting more and more powerful. It's almost a little disconcerting. Like I kind of prefer like he would just it's like, yeah, no, it's just different eyes that do different things. But apparently they do very different things.
Yeah, apparently he's like he's also like he can see into the Naruto universe. Can do like ninja like full on Naruto shit.
The hand signs.
Yeah, hand signs and like optic blasts essentially.
I meant to try to translate that stuff and I just never got around to it. But Dakin and Aurora, can you say like some straight Bonnie and Clyde crazy shit?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's gonna get real wild.
We didn't even mention that part in Hellions where she had to deal
Yeah.
with Wild Child.
Because there's just just like levels on levels on levels
Yeah.
on this, and I love it.
Such history. But yeah, those two I'm going to interested to keep an eye on. But well, when we get to the final reveal of the issue.
Yeah, this is for all the marbles.
Yeah, so Prodigy gets to see his boyfriend Speed shows up. We all know Speed as the brother of Wiccan, also the son of the Scarlet Witch.
Mm-hmm.
And it just so happens that actually, where are they? Did it say where they're at? Okay, yeah, they're back at the gala again.
Yep.
And iBoy tries to keep Speed away because he notices something, and we find the body of the Scarlet Witch.
Dun dun
Dun.
dun.
And then Wolverine says, "Where's Magneto?"
Yeah.
So,
Uh-oh.
I made note that Hickman was missing. He had one book out of this whole month when he used to write two. But I come to really sit down and take a look at how all these things are coming together. You have the Trial of Magneto, right? Which is written by No, it's written by
Isn't
Vita?
isn't Leah? Leah Williams?
Leia.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Leia.
I can say I think it's Leah Williams.
So that's his trial and tribulations. You have, well, we all know Way of X is ending, and you're getting an Onslaught one shot or Onslaught special before quote unquote season 2 or whatever they're gonna do with the characters of Way of X. But who's Onslaught's main target? Or who do we relate to Onslaught more than anything? Who's gonna be basically the problem Onslaught's gonna have to deal with? Onslaught.
I see where you're going with this.
Ah,
Xavier.
yeah.
Then you got Inferno, which is written by Hickman. Have you guys seen the cover to that?
I have not.
Take a guess who's standing square in the middle of the cover on that issue. You have Xavier, you have Magneto. Who's the third person?
Moira?
Gloria. All three of these characters are all in the middle of some big problems. Coincidence?
I think not.
Yeah.
Makes you think.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And Mystique is probably in the middle of that one already. So between Mystique, Onslaught, and whoever killed Scarlet Witch, we've got some forces in play here that's really messing with Krakoa.
Yeah. Like on top of the other like normal BS of like humans trying to kill them too. On top of the Illuminati, on top of the logic crystals being taken, and meanwhile
It's
Sebastian Shaw is stuck in a wheelchair, probably plotting some dumb shit too. And then you got Beast going around being
dumbass.
like a dumbass.
Oh, we kind of skipped over, but I love the fact that Captain America was surprised that Kyle lived on the island. North Star's husband, human husband.
Right.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Yep, see you later."
It's like, wait, you live in Krakoa and you're human? So, really excited to see what's coming up. I don't know if they plan on doing a gala like every other year or every year or something, but let's give this X-Men team a good 2 years maybe before we have another voting and changing of the teams. I like this concept. It's really interesting for them to do that, the voting.
Mm-hmm. All right. Is this Cable the last one?
Yes. Cable's the last one, but I do want to go back to the Sinister Secrets thingy, but
Okay. You want to do that before we get to Cable?
nah, let's just run through Cable so we can finish.
All right. So yeah, we got Jerry Duggan and Phil Noto, and yeah, so we got Old Man Cable back. He was revived, and then he teams up with Young Cable to go after Strife.
And again, I feel like this is another instance of, you know what? All right, he's useful, so we're going to bend the rules.
Right.
Old Man Cable. Helmet Bros.
Yeah.
I love that line. That was hilarious. Magneto and Xavier, the kids refer to them as the Helmet Bros. So the Cuckoos end up breaking up with Cable here.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys realize that like the Cuckoos are one of them's messing with Quentin, all of them are messing with Cable. They have a thing for telepaths.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Makes you wonder what they could be up to.
What if Hellfire Club is controlling them?
Are they trying to make babies? Are they trying to make more powerful mutants?
Mm. That was tenet number 1 of Nightcrawler's religion.
Yeah.
No, that was like one of the things that like Xavier and them handed down, and he's like, yeah, and it's like, drunk crawler or pub crawler was all,
Pub crawler, nice.
like, I'm just saying we should all be fucking right now, right? Right? Like, why are we even wearing these clothes? Like, let's just fucking do it, man. He said to make more. Let's fucking make more, man.
Yeah,
Well,
we're gonna do a Wanda, but like the opposite.
But the opposite.
No, I didn't mean to kill her.
No, that's.
I like the fact too, which we skipped over in Way of X, that Stacy's kind of dealing with the fallout of Make More Mutants, where nobody wants to take care of these babies. Nobody wants these babies. They're abandoning them left and right.
Babies making babies. It's a shame.
But let's get back to this issue of Cable, because Old Man Cable's back. We learned that he knows about Krakoa, which is interesting because all this happened after he died.
Mm-hmm.
He gives a marker to Magic in order for her help.
Yeah, that's a coin with Hela on it.
What's on it? Is that Hela's helmet? Well, it kind of looks like Hela's helmet, but
yeah, it looks like her headgear, or at least that's what I thought it was.
And Yable, young Cable, brings the whole damn Summers family tree on the mission.
Mm-hmm.
You got Hope. Wait, is it Hope? Yep, you got Hope, you got Rachel, you got Jean, you got Scott, you got Deadpool, who they have to put asleep because he talks too damn much.
Yeah, then you got this little, this kind of old man, like a old space knight, also in the mix here. Kind of just has a little loose dangling thing that's off to the side. That we're probably going to be worrying about.
Old man. Well, isn't next issue the last issue?
Yeah.
Yep.
So, not again. Like kind of just like, this is a weird way to end this series, like this month, but okay.
And Stripe's trying to basically restart Inferno, which is when Madeline went crazy and turned into the Goblin Queen and tried to sacrifice Cable, just like Stripe is trying to do with these mutant babies here.
Mm-hmm.
The original Stripe, come on.
I mean, you're asking Strife, a dude who is literally a clone of another dude, to be original. That's super clonist, man. Come on.
Seriously.
I'm liking that they've gotten to the point with this book, and they didn't really have to drag it out more than the 12 issues. They came in, said what they got to say, and now they're getting the fuck out.
I agree.
Yeah. I mean, more, as with most of the things on this X-Men run, more comics should be like this.
And Phil Noto art.
Well, yeah.
So good.
And we had, 14 issues this month?
Yeah, it was a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's ballooning, but
okay.
Some things are coming to an end, and, hopefully they'll pare things down a little bit.
What issue had all the Bar Sinister stuff?
X-Men 21. Let's
okay.
jump to there. think I even texted you guys at the point. It's like, ooh.
Go on.
I was kind of giddy. All right.
X-Men 21. Here we go.
Red Diamond. All the best news and gossip from Bar Sinister. Sinister Secret number 51. This quiet council member isn't actually fooling anyone. They're fooling everyone. Wear a mask long enough and eventually starts wearing you. Such a shame not being able to let things go.
That's a mistake right there.
Yeah, I was like, that's a mistake.
That would be my first guess too.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of anybody else who would be. I mean, yeah, I'm good with that. Yeah, you want to take 52?
Yeah. Okay. Number 52. She doesn't have it yet, but one way or another, this mutant always gets what she wants. Will it be given to her, or will it have to be taken? Doesn't matter. The real question is, what's in the box? What's in the box? Yeah. Could it be diamonds or something far more valuable? That sounds like a Emma Frost thing with her logic diamonds.
Mm-hmm. All right, so number 53.
I was thinking that could have been Mystique too.
No, I mean that's because it's the box of like jewelry and stuff that got stolen.
And like diamond form and
Mm-hmm.
all that. I don't know. That I assume Emma Frost. And she's the one that's like been planning everything.
All right, Thatch, go ahead then.
All right, Sinister Secret number 53. I bet you'd like to know how this fittest of all mutant is handling the second genesis of his external life. Sorry, you'll have to wait to find out.
Well, that's
Again,
no
that's another softball right there. And it's also doesn't tell you anything. It's like, yeah, I bet you're wondering how that guy's coming along. We do too. Next.
Yeah.
Maybe as I said before, with Morgan Le Fay out, maybe he'll have to be drawn back into things. All right.
Or Kid Apocalypse.
Well, we haven't seen Evan, and he's a clone, so maybe they haven't actually resurrected him. 54. Seducer made an honest man of the island's favorite boy. What unspoken secrets are coursing through the nervous system of the favorite boy's island friend? Are you listening? I know that you are. You know that's Warlock. Are the Phalanx listening?
I was thinking it was like Doug, or just Doug and Bay. That's what I was
No,
thinking.
I mean, no, I think it's Warlock because we're talking about seducer. So like the Bay is the seducer.
Right. That's what I
And
meant.
she made she made an honest man of
the island's favorite boy.
Yeah.
And it's the system of the favorite boy's island friend.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Self-friend.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, could be the Phalanx.
Yeah.
Or the Technarch, his dad. Vegas. No, they don't know.
Man, they don't know.
Larger forces that they work for. All right. 5.
Regarding secrets and secret alliances, and the shadow play that is the great game of nations. Just how many ruling councils are there now circling the sun? I'll never tell, but if you say 2, you're definitely too low.
XOXO, Sinister Girl. The I'll never tell is just a perfect
I'll never tell.
So you've got the Council of Krakoa, you got the Council of Araco.
Mm-hmm.
Probably have the Illuminati.
Yep.
Galactic Council.
Galactic Council, yep. The whatever you want to call the Trinity of Moria, Xavier, and Magneto.
Council of Mephisto.
Yep.
Oy vey.
Yep, you're right. I mean, this is a deep one. I can go so many different directions.
Are the Council of Reed still a thing?
Yes, because the Maker back in Venom, he went to go be with them, to go back to the Ultimate Universe. So yeah.
All right, 56.
Oh, that's mine. Sinister Secret 56. And speaking of things that come in twos, 2 empty seats on the Quiet Council are too many. Look for there to be moves made in the filling of those empty seats, regardless of how many favors have to be called in or how many unwise alliances are formed. Just remember, when everyone has a secret, no one can be trusted. Shh.
Yeah, that has some Black King written all over it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed a little more general
Mm-hmm.
to me, just kind of like yeah, that's going to be wild when those seats get filled.
Who's going to fill it is the question. It ought to be interesting to see.
Fabian Cortez.
Oh Lord. Is it Viet or is it me?
You.
All right, 57. For far too long, they shared an existence. Now the one has become two. The first is a shattered captain of a demanding queen, and the second, a sinister sword under a sinister thumb. How long will the second stay there? How many more sinister demands will be too many? No one knows, but I think we're getting close. That's obviously Psylocke and Captain Britain, and yeah,
Yep.
Sinister's gonna have to pay up when it comes to Psylocke's daughter because she's definitely not dealing with his shit much longer.
Right.
Yeah. And why would you?
Yeah.
I mean, he sucks.
What was that? I just remember that part where I think it was it S.W.O.R.D, where Magneto talks to Jamie Braddock and he's like, "No, you can't take my cape."
It might have been planet sized.
Oh, was it
No.
planet? It might have been planet sized. Yeah.
Might have been planet sized.
Yeah, but still, you're just like, as soon as he walks in, like, no, can't have my cape. Anyways, number 58. It's still the early days of the Vescorian excavation of Blight Worlds, but an unknown material of immeasurable worth has begun appearing in the crooked market. So far, the Mad Jasper has snatched up every piece as soon as it's available for trade. But don't you worry, our Confederacy of Capes is set on acquiring some, by hook or crook.
I don't know what this material is. I think it's the Mysterium stuff because that's out in space.
Well, excavation of Blight Worlds. What does that mean?
That's in the other worlds.
Okay.
Yeah. And maybe that's where some of like whatever they needed to make that stuff came from.
Mm-hmm. Like the by hook by crook kind of makes it a like more of a Marauder reference, but I don't think
That's true.
Yeah.
All right. Sinister Secret number 59. Promotions are hard to come by when everyone is a resurrected immortal, but sometimes a change has to be made when an unexpected variable is added to the equation. Heroes and their do-gooder ways. Always an inconvenience for a practical mutant. And yeah, that's seems like it's got to be Beast, and the possibility of him getting the boot and Sage taking over X-Force.
Would like to see that. Beast definitely needs to get his comeuppance.
Yeah.
All right.
I was sort of
Sinister's-
thinking more of like New Mutants and all of like the
houses.
all of like the sort of questionable resurrections, like Rain's kid and Gabby and all the other stuff. But Beast also makes sense.
Sinister secrets revealed, reposted. We don't hear this word spoken often, so when we do, it's best to pay attention. Because when you square that circle, took a long time to build, can come crumbling down rather quickly. Inferno.
Dun, dun, dun. And number 60. What sinister someone has been hard at work studying the vile helix of a vile world. Psst. It's me.
I think you enjoyed that one a little too much.
Yeah. Is that zombie? Zombie Sinister?
No, that's the regular Sinister. Remember, Sinister, or if you want to call him Zombie Sinister, he's stuck in Otherworld with the Vile Locust.
Oh, yeah.
This Sinister here has got the DNA from Morocco, and that's what he's talking about, he's been playing with, so. Now that you mention it, and we have the other Sinister back, I don't think the Vile Locust can be too far behind. That's what that one dude's power was, right? To take people apart and put them back together, or something like that.
Right.
Mess with their DNA, which is why that Sinister's all scarred up and terrible looking.
All right.
Long episode, but well worth it because I love this gala. It was great. Yes, not all issues were definitely needed, but the tie-ins at least tied into their own story arcs in a very good way.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah. It was exceptionally well done.
Mm-hmm. I would say the big gala was a success.
All right, Viet, what are we doing next month for listeners who want to know?
Well, I believe we will be going over EMX 97, where we talk about the X books of July 2021. As I change that in the notes. Because I didn't change that part.
Thatch, where can people find you and your wares?
Well, you can find me at www.demonweasel.com. I did just put in a new web storefront. That's one of the many plates I'm trying to keep spinning. You can also find me online at all your socials at Demon Weasel on Twitter, the Instagrams, the Tumblr, and even, yes, on the Patreon.
Hell yeah. Yeah, people can find me on Twitch, twitch.tv/comedianviet, where I stream 3 days a week, and I work on custom toys. And if you want to follow my social medias, that's at comedianviet on pretty much everything.
Except for the month of August.
Yes.
Listeners can find me on Twitter at EMPcast. You can always email us, emp@earthsmightiespodcast.com. Join us on our Discord page, our Facebook group page. Come hang out and talk. We're also proud members of a few podcast networks where you can find us and a host of other podcasts. On Twitter, it is #TheCollectiveNet. Whew, that's it for this month. I'm still loving these X books more than anything else. I'm having so much fun. I hope everybody else is too. And we'll see you next month.
Yeah.
Peace.
Bye-bye.